All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Local Man issue number 6. 6. Yeah. Um, I don't have 7. I have 8, so I have to get that. Now, I must say I'm pretty impressed with the way the story is written in general. And at first I thought, where is this going? I don't really have a notice. But the story for me personally is very well written, and it reminds me of a little bit. Sounds weird. You know what? I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna go through the book. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. So we start as always with because this is a flip book and he has a little mini story at the back, and every story is a little bit different. So I'm not gonna waste your time too much with this one. So this is all happening in the past when this was with not Gen 13, but oh my God, Gen 3, something. Gen 3, I believe. And Crossjack was, part of the team members. And this young woman is watching TV, and this is called Inga. And this is a mother who's running some kind of a diner, right? She says, get some fresh air in beautiful outside. It's beautiful outside. It's kind of funny my mom says that. She's rushing out the door to go to the job where she served greasy meat to truckers and farmers, separated from the beautiful outside by drywall and plexiglass. The fresh air polluted by exhaust and burger farts. And she does one herself. So yeah, she and Crossjack has a fling back in the day, right? And they had plans to get away, to another city, have a life there. And then I don't know. She's come to herself and she says, fuck it, I'm going to say Farmington myself. Because Farmington is some kind of a, what's the word? Dead village, right? Where nobody comes. It's some, it's a loser town, right? Some pinup. And then we go here. Now, what has that to do with the story? Well, I didn't at first, but it seems that Inga, now all grown up, is helping her mom in Auntie's Inga's. Wait a minute. No. She's taking over the diner, I guess, or her mom is helping her. I'm not entirely sure. And they're talking about the weather, right? Now the weather is not really where this is going, but it's more like small talk. And so this guy says, "You figure a superhero is gonna save us from the sun?" I mean, he went home to live in his parents' basement, so... How come we can call him Crossjack? Virgin owns his costume. It's called copyright law, honey. I own a costume. Fuck Crossjack. No, we were better off without that asshole around. Yeah, Crossjack is not really a famous guy. And if you don't want to know whole gist, watch my reviews from 1 till 5. And come back to this. It's worth it. So who comes in? It's a buddy Crossjack in civilian clothes. And he cannot be Crossjack anymore because of, something happened in the past with the third gen. And so they own his name. And if he's doing some superhero activity or using his certain powers, he can get arrested. All right. So and this is also the part when, when you walk into a place, the music stops, and people look around, and they see this guy, and it's all quiet. It's this exact same moment. So the counter girl says, "Hey, what can I get for you? Choco croissant or a morning quickie?" It's good actually. Is Inga here? Miss Mychaels, is that how you say it? Is back in the stockroom. And he's doing this again because these two had a fling, but she's also married. And Crossjack wants to be a good guy, but he's still, flirting around with married women. You cashier offered me a morning quickie, but he only wanted one from you. She says, "Don't stop." Morning quickie, she hears. And it's his dad. "That's a heck of a good sandwich. Hey there, Pap. That, I didn't expect you to see back here. Ben helps me source local ingredients, farm-to-table stuff. I didn't know that. Done it since the beginning. Now old Inga's running the most successful business in town. The only successful business in town." Okay, well, she's then the owner then, right? "Well, if anybody can turn around, it's this one. She's bringing a bunch of investors to town at her future forum thingy." We're coming back to that a little bit later. Gonna bring this old town back to life. Anyway, so he also says, boy, you messed up when you walked away from this girl. Dad, Jesus. But then this is happening. He says, get down. So we have a hostage situation. This guy calling himself the hashtag truth. And he says, take it easy, patriots. Those were just warning shots. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Well, if I have to. I have to if I don't get answers. Now listen, the Camo Crusader was the greatest superhero there ever was. He was the champion of Jesus Christ himself and the destroyer of sin, but he died. The fake media says he got killed in action against atheism, planning chaos. But that's what you sheep believe. It's a lie. He got killed on Earth. Flight trackers say he was in Farmington. That is the hashtag truth. Well, he died because Crossjack killed him in self-defense. But you have to look up that story. Anyway, so he says he was targeted by satanic forces of the deep state to rob real Americans of their savior. But his assassin wasn't no stranger. You thought he was kicked out of Virgin for sexual what's that word? Impromptuousness? I don't know. But the hashtag truth is he was sent here to lie in wait like a coiled cobra. Where is the slayer of this evangelic avenger? Where is the Judas you call a local man? And these people in there pointed to what's behind him. So he's been ratted out. You fuckers. So he's shooting, but then he says, you think you know so much, all that inside information, so I guess you know I never miss. Not even with the ricochet. Ricochet? You got us fucked. Damn it, I said the word. Got any other ideas? So he wants to punch him. He says, you're nuts, man. And so they're all going outside, right? Inga and his dad. He said, geez, boy, what do you bring to our town now? You think we don't know? This shit doesn't end with Camo Crusader either. This all goes the way to the top. Inga hears that. Now, there's something going on with Inga, too, that I'm coming back a little bit later. We saw that in, I believe, if I remember correctly, the last issue. It's been a while ago. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. So, he's using some modern words, too. He says, but it's all some big game to you, you fucking NPC. You want to playing your part, throwing away your yellow tights, pretending to be normal people, but you aren't. You are a gone Manhattan candidate. The Crusader wasn't just some virgin celebrity hero. He didn't care about fame or money. He was going to save us, really save us. And you took out his eye with a bolt of steel. He said, what? Yeah, he knows. So he says, well, you're going to kill me, but the truth I was going to get anyway. He says, I'm not going to kill you. I need to know. How did you know? Ha! The truth. The hashtag truth is, well, the cop shot him. That happens a lot lately. He's still alive, by the way. He says, we know what you did because when you took his eye, it went up to heaven to look down, and now all who wish they could see the world as he did, they see. What the fuck was that? I don't know. He says, oh, lordy, Officer Kopecki, what did you do? I had him. I didn't do nothing for you, Xavier, just my job. So, and she is, in shock. Oh, my shop. Inga, look, this wasn't about you or your place, okay? It wasn't you. Okay. There's a lot of moving parts here, and we see this as well. This reminds me, of course, a lot of Spawn. When they did the whole television thing a lot. And we have, of course, Alex Jones here. It's not Alex Jones, but definitely is Alex Jones. So a lot of conspiracy things going on here about a lot of murders in town, and we have also what's her name? Neon was the Camo Crusader's husband, girlfriend, wife, and also Crossjack boinked her. And then we have this murderer that killed Hodag and Frightside, and there's a lot of things going on in this town, right? And we have somebody's, writing a book about the dark inside. She's dead, by the way, killed by this guy. So yeah, and then they are sitting here in this police office, I guess. You see, you really gonna wear the creepy mask inside my police station like that? It's either the mask or we get a visit from a bunch of angry superheroes or super lawyers. Copyright violations include solving crimes, battling superhuman or non-superhuman villains, etc. Yeah, that's the clausel. Is that how you say it? The clause. He cannot do that, all of that. So he needs to be in some kind of a disguise, right? He says, "Come walk with me." So who is this guy? Well, for those who don't know and new to my channel, this is the police officer that is married to Inga. He doesn't like him, but they come to, I don't know, some kind of an understanding here, right? He says, I don't think that kid had superpowers. He was just, how is Officer Capecci doing? He says he's okay, but I can tell you he's pretty shook up. He never shot anybody before. Yeah, that can fuck you up. So this was the part that he killed Camo Crusader. So the kid, the shooter, he went to the same church as Capecci's. Is it Capecci or Capecchi? Aunt over in Creighton. Look, I don't know the guy. I didn't call you here because of the shooter. I wish it was about that. Brian, did you tell someone about Camo Crusader, about what I did too? Because the kid, he was saying all this. Listen, man, you and I didn't exactly start off on the best footing. So he explains that he saved his life. He saved his wife, and he saved his mother of the children, and the whole town hates him. He says the whole town thinks you're a piece of shit, but I wouldn't. Inga knows, Capecci knows, nobody else will ever know. And so they go into this cold truck or something, ice truck, and there's a girl here. Now, come on, man. Can I get a little more warning before you show me a corpse? 16 years old. Autopsy says she's drowned. But it seems that she is some kind of an excellent swimmer, right? And her body wasn't found on dry land. Foul play? Now, I'm sure what to think of all this. Her name is Mackenzie Chang, star student, member of the Young Wisconsin business leader. Oh no, Inga's future form. Now, wait a minute. I saw this picture before. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. It's all connected to each other somehow. I like that. Also, so they think it's weird that this girl has been dead. And then, so Inga knows her and he wants to tell her, but then the shooting happens, all right. So he says, Jack, are you familiar with the Star Tribe? Well, Jack says, well, yeah, there's some kind of hippies smoking pot all day, pray for peace in USA, right? There were some complaints about them. So you don't think. Well, Black River State Park, right by the only body of water anywhere near the Chang house, the River Jack, they've been known to host a fugitive or two. Known criminals. But whether the Star Tribe believes in peace or on Earth or just dicks hanging around their balls or that the jean shorts, they definitely don't believe in talking to the police. So he asked, hey, can you find out what they are now? What you want to snoop around? Basically, you need to talk to him. So, hey, Brian, I'm not a detective. He says, this may shock you, Jack, but I'm not a detective either. I'm just here to keep the people in this town from drinking too much or hitting each other. Before you show up, there hadn't been murder in Farmington since 1974. I'm not asking you to solve this. In fact, if you go poking around in any parts of this besides these hippies, I'll lock you up myself. The last thing this girl's family needs is your special brand of superhero fireworks while they're trying to grieve. Those forest folk won't talk to the cops. This is fun. Inga says you're trying to get your shit together. Nah, not really. Trying to be a good guy. It'll mean a lot to her when I tell her that you're helping us out with this. It's this particular picture with the dog looking at him. Well done. Meanwhile, Inga is driving and she's getting a call from investor 1 and 2. Now, what is that all about? The kids doesn't know, and she says, hey, stay here in the car, kids. Mommy needs to go to work. So there's some kind of a silo here with bodies inside. And she's getting a telephone from the investors, whoever they are. Hello? Running late. We don't like to be ignored, Miss Johanning. There was an accident at work. Be aware. real unfortunate that lots of pain in this country, I can see how people get a little lost in their fear. Speaking of fear, you weren't thinking that fellow in a donut shop was one of ours, weren't you? He wasn't? Insulting. So, yeah, they basically deny it. Here's the situation as we see it, man. We need a reason to put our funds into your backwater town. We need an excuse to house a bunch of international customers. Is that a dig? Is that a reference to illegal migration? We need a place for all that money our super labors will bring will bring in to go. That means we need the future forum. As he says, my family, my husband, I guaranteed it. Right? He wants to have guarantee that nothing happens to him. So they say, I think I speak for all the investors when I say we just want things to run nice and orderly. As long as there ain't no unexpected personal detours, no unnecessary collateral damage, and most importantly, no looky-loos. Well, personally, I'm happy to guarantee in that case, won't be no reason at all to unleash hell. That's a cool cliffhanger. And that leads us to the next one. So yeah, I'm impressed with the writing. This feels not really like a superhero book, although it represents with the covers the whole time. Hey, this Crossjack, this is a superhero group called Third Gen, right? It reminds me a lot of, if you are old enough, and if not, the Incredible Hulk TV series, when Bruce Banner is walking from town to town, and there happens some things, mostly drama, and the Hulk is getting involved. Now imagine if that all these different episodes when he goes from town to town and then going to Farmington and then stays there. When Crossjack is, quote unquote, Bruce Banner, stumbling upon, weird stuff that he needs to figure it out, but he cannot use it because, his connections with the third gen that, and everybody hates him, right? And then we have the stuff with Inga and the investors. Yeah, there's a lot of going on. Probably not a really good reference with Incredible Hulk, but it's not really a superhero comic, but more like a guy that has a lot of bad luck. Wants to do the right thing but can't, and people don't like it because what happened in the past, and he wants to do the right thing, and maybe he's gonna do, but he needs to come across a lot of hurdles to get to that point. And he is a man with a lot of flaws. I like that. So guys, let me know what you think about Local Man. I hope to get the number 7 soon, and then we're gonna, take a swing at it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.